Hey. Hi students, it's weird times because you're at home and I'm at home, but that doesn't mean we can't do art. So let's make some art, right? I got some papers. My friend showed me how to do this video stuff, so let's make some art, maybe. So, I have like this box of random crayons and stuff. You know, I'm sure you have some sort of art materials at home. I have a pencil. That's plenty. We can do art with that. It is St. Patrick's Day right now, so I'm going to do a little shamrock art. 3-leaf clover. I think clover and shamrock is two totally different things, but that's all right. So let's do it. I'm going to start with some little curved lines down here toward the bottom. This is going to be the stem of my little shamrock. And we're going to do like 3 leaves. And the leaves are going to be basically shaped like big hearts, kind of. So if I always turn my paper when I draw. It helps me kind of think about the shapes and stuff. So if I'm trying to make this look like hearts, we want big hearts. So again, I'm sketching, which is when you're, instead of trying to get one line perfect right the first time, which doesn't normally happen, I'm just using a bunch of kind of little lines to give me the basic shape of something. And it ends up being typically closer to what you'd want it to be. Again, pretty much heart shapes. Always drawing gently, so you can erase if you need to erase. I know you guys, and I know how hard you press down all the time. It takes some practice, but drawing gently will help. So, I'm done. I've done it. So I do have the basic shapes down. I got my 3 little heart shapes in my stem, but we need to spruce this up a little bit. We need this shamrock to have some personality up in here. So, how are we gonna do that? I'm gonna give it a face. I'm gonna bring it to life. For some reason, taking like non-sentient objects like a shamrock and bringing them to life, I always find to be fun. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's give it some eyes. I always think of like a Mario mushroom when I'm doing things like this, because everything in Mario has like faces, the clouds, the mushrooms, the flowers, everything. Now, I don't know, I have no clue where I'm going with this, so we might end up erasing a little bit. We might end up changing some things. I feel like we need we need a mouth, but I'm gonna give this shamrock a beard. So we're gonna just kind of block in. Now, I don't know why the leaves are sticking out past the beard, because I'm making this up as I go, but I guess they are. And how am I gonna have hair? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Because the mouth would be here, right? See, now the eyes don't match. They look like off center, so I have to fix up the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and start erasing. Since I was sketching gently, I can actually erase. Kind of. Of course, you guys know if you're pushing down really hard, well, when you erase and then you go back to color, it'll leave those little kind of texture lines where you originally drew. This is much bigger than I envisioned it being. That's okay too. Oop. Press down a little hard on that one. There we go. Needs to move over a little bit. Okay. This isn't gonna end up looking anything like a shamrock at all, but that's okay. Let's do a hat. Now, I was gonna do like a leprechaun style hat, but there's just not room. So I think it's gonna have to be just like a baseball cap or something. So Yeah. Normally I would draw the ear here. This is a shamrock. It doesn't have an ear. None of this makes any sense. That's okay. This is very surrealistic. Should the beard stop here? That doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. It can't go anywhere else, right? Let's put the hat. Let's go ahead and let's put the hat up here. What kind of hat? Baseball cap? Maybe like a fedora? This is getting a little ridiculous. So is the point. Well, we definitely need a smile. It's St. Patrick's Day. The Shamrock's living the life. It's kind of like, you know, it's his moment in the sun. So, what's there not to be happy about? There's probably a lot in the world not to be happy about right now, but we're gonna be happy, and this guy's happy. Maybe even a little bit of, yeah. Look at that. We do teeth? No. Never draw teeth. It's not gonna work good. It's not gonna work out how you want. All right. So I feel like, again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, hey, you're not at school. I'm not at school. We got time. I'm just seeing what happens here. See, again, the ear, the ear should be here, but the ear can't be here because there's no ear. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take this part of the shamrock and I'm just gonna pull that out a little wider. I think I'm breaking my own rule here. I think I've drawn too hard. This is okay. It's happy accidents. Bob Ross always said. Okay. Okay. See, now here, like hair, should there be hair on my shamrock? This is weird. Also, if you're following along, you can do it any way you like, right? I'm still confused as to what I'm making. I'm gonna have the hat come on down. Oh, maybe this. Oh, here we go. Maybe the beard comes on up behind this one. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. I like it better. Let's just wrap the hat around and call it a day on the hat right there. Cool. Seems like there ought to be a nose. I don't think I'm gonna put a nose. I'm gonna let this kind of ride just like it is. I feel like I should put like a sports logo or something on the hat, but I don't know how. I don't like follow sports, so I don't really know how to draw any of those off the top of my head. Let's start thinking about color. So if it's Irish, you'd think of the beard as being red, but I've met some Irish people who had kind of blonde hair. So I'm thinking maybe yellow for the beard, obviously green with tones of yellow maybe for the shamrock, and for the hat. You know what? Sometimes you gotta wait and see. Sometimes you gotta wait and see. So let's figure some stuff out. I think I'm gonna add some outlines. See what we're doing with that, and yeah, we'll feel it out. So I want to add a little bit of texture to this. So as I go around, and I'm adding a little bit of wiggle to what I'm doing. Now, again, a lot of the times, if I'm just drawing on my own, I don't know why, but I find it entertaining to draw things that are very absurd, like a shamrock with a beard and a baseball cap. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Artists are oftentimes a little weird, a little unusual, and that's fine. Now, I'm just thinking, like, what is the mouth made out of? Well, that question itself doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. When I color it, maybe that'll be white, like teeth. I don't know. We're making it up as we go. I'm having second thoughts about the baseball cap too, but at this point I think we got to stick with it. Maybe we can make it. You know why? It's because the brim is too far out to the side. It's like he's wearing it sideways. It should be more forward. So anytime you're trying to draw something coming forward at you, that's always difficult because you have what's called foreshortening. In other words, never thought I'd be teaching foreshortening on a baseball cap on a shamrock, but hey. In other words, if it's coming toward you, like my fingers are coming at you right now, they look short. Compared to if you turn them sideways, they look long. So if I was going to take my mouse, there's the cap turned sideways. Well, the more I turn it forwards, the smaller and smaller and smaller it looks, right? So there you go. So we got to figure out how to make it kind of point at us by not sticking out quite so much. And which is actually, I realize this drawing is ridiculous, but that's actually a art concept that, you know, it's relatively difficult if you're just starting out drawing, try to make something look like it's coming at you. So it's called foreshortening, I assume. I don't know, but I assume because the thing gets shorter as it points toward you into the foreground. So foreground, short, let's put them together. I'm liking this better already. I'm liking this better already. Yeah. There we go. And it also, it's tilted up a little bit more now. All right. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. So there we go. Cool. All right. What else do we need here? Maybe not that much. I could add a little bit of a, you know, if I want to show the thickness of the brim of the hat here, I could add a little bit of that in. This is probably getting way too detailed for something. And, you know, back here, what's even happening? Nothing, because this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't mean anything, but it would look weird for it to just cut off. So, hey. All right, let's start filling in the rest of our lines here. Now, one thing we were talking about, they have heart shapes for the leaves of the shamrock. Hearts kind of come to a point in the middle. If you think about them, they've got, like, you know, hearts are two curves. That's what a heart is. So it curves up and back down, up and back down. Cool, 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 cool. Right, so you have a point here and a point here. But really a shamrock, it's not going to come to a point on the edge like that. I mean, I don't think it would. I feel like it'd be more like a soft curve, like that. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna try to soften these leaves up a little bit. So you're trying to make it so it's not quite pointy there. I'm just gonna add a slight curve here. I feel like that probably looks more like a shamrock. I don't know for sure. I did not look up a picture of one before drawing. Maybe I should have, but hey, sometimes you just make it up out of your head. Which I guess I should do that up here too, with the eyes. Also, these two curves are kind of going around the eyes, which is making the eyes look like they're looking to the left, which I like. So I feel like if I'm gonna fill that curve in, maybe we need some like eyebrows or something. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. By the way, I'm definitely pushing down too hard. We'll see how well this erases. That looks all right. What a ridiculous drawing. This doesn't make any sense at all. Surrealism. We'll talk about it in 5th grade if we haven't already. All right, so do I want? Nah, I don't know. Nah, unnecessary. We don't need them. We don't need them. All right, so now that we've got these lines. Now, one thing, even if you're Sharpieing, it can be hard to get curves perfect. And it takes a little bit of practice, but you can even sketch with a pen or a Sharpie, you know? And that way, if you make a mistake, it's not really a mistake, it's just part of the process. One thing I like to do, I'm sure I'll do this in a minute, is I like to go back at the end and kind of thicken up all of my main outlines. Especially when I'm drawing cartoony stuff. Clearly this is very cartoony. This makes no sense at all. Normally if I'm drawing on my own, I like to do like pretty cartoony style stuff. So I'll probably be doing a lot of that just for fun. But again, hey, part of art is like finding what you like to do. Some people like to do realism, some people like to do cartoons, anime, abstract art. I mean, just find something you like to do and go on it. And hey, even if you don't know, do I like drawing sentient shamrocks? Sentient meaning able to think, which hopefully this person with a beard and a face and eyes would be able to at least think. Shamrocks are people too, maybe. But point being, find what you like to do. Sometimes I like to just see what happens. I can honestly say I've never attempted, to draw a shamrock with a face before. So no matter how this turns out, it's going to be the best picture of a living shamrock that I've ever made. Well, shamrocks are alive anyway. I guess I should use that word sentient. It's a big word. Able to think, able to feel. Animals are alive, but they're not. Plants are alive, but they're not really sentient. Animals are. Animals think. And they feel. And that's what it means to be sentient. So this shamrock for sure. He looks like he's having a pretty good time. Again, it's like his day. It's like St. Patrick's Day. It's the Shamrock Day, so it's basically like his birthday, I guess, right? One would assume it would be a good day for him. The lines are getting a little sketchy over here with this marker. All right. I'm still not very pleased at all with the way the back of this hat looks. But you know what? Sometimes that's just how it goes. So by now you can see the way I'm like turning the paper all around, all over the place. Focus. Focus. There we go. Just certain lines are easier to make with your paper oriented certain ways. Like anytime I'm doing straight lines, I'll always do them like up and down. So if I need to make a horizontal line, I'll turn my paper like this. Just, again, it's what your hand's comfortable with. We can talk about framing real quick now. The way I've framed my picture, the way I've composed it, not very good because it seems like it should be centered, but it's above center. So maybe I can add something down here. The bottom later, we'll see. All right, so I got a bunch of erase marks going on, like a whole lot. So I'm gonna try again these types of, especially if you're using a cheap pencil, which this is, unfortunately. Pencil's fine, but the eraser on these is not good. So I like to use these. We're going to see how much we can get out. And I might see, I think I got like some bigger erasers in my drawer somewhere. We'll go see. We'll see what this takes. Because this might cut it, but it might not. It might take some a little more. It's doing all right. It's cleaning up okay. Oh, guess I should erase that. That one's not going to erase. I don't know. Do all artists make sounds like that? Like when you're Bob Ross did it. I do it in class all the time. Sometimes the kids point it out. It's just, you know, certain motions have certain certain feels, and certain feelings have certain sounds. Maybe, I don't know. Everything's interrelated, right? Okay. We got a name. We got to name him at this point. I can't go any further without. I think without the beard and the hat, it might just be a Mario. But no. And I think his name's going to be Greg. So we got Greg the Shamrock. Greg's going to need some color. And probably a little bit of touch-up work on that Sharpie because, you know, that's not going so well. And there were a couple of little lines in here that I need to erase a little further. Although, you can't really see them on the video, so. Let's see. Still new at this. Okay, switching here. So, again, if you're at home, I don't know why you'd be following along on drawing a shamrock, but hey, if you are, you know, obviously we don't have the materials at home that we have in the art room. What I have is a box full of like random crayons, colored pencils. There's like markers in here. I feel like, I don't know, when I was a kid, this is the type of stuff I'd have around my house. I'd very rarely have like nice, perfect packs of crayons and stuff, although I do have some right here. So maybe I'm going to use crayons for this. There we go. Some of them are in there, so we can use that. Do I have erasers? And I mean, we'll see. If I keep making these videos, maybe we'll use more of this stuff. I got some tortillions. Maybe we can do some blending. And then, yeah, see, this is... What a tragedy. I've just got loose crayons, so... Alright, I didn't see erasers, though. Let's see. We can deal with that. It's alright. I think in real life I can see more of the little pencil marks probably than y'all can on the video. It's cool. Alright. Let's color. Ooh, erasers? Yeah. Just because I want it. I don't think it makes a difference in the actual way it... Alright. If you got these... Ooh, uh-oh. I don't trust that one. Not at all. Alright, let's give me at least something. Alright, we are in the cleanup phase. So we're going to erase. I'm going to touch up my marker work a little bit. And then we're going to start talking about color. Let's see. Does this thing tell me 24 minutes? I wonder, should I do coloring in a separate video? How could it possibly have taken me 24 minutes to draw this? And then again, when you guys come to art class, it's 45 minutes. So sometimes time flies. All right, maybe I'll touch this up with some Sharpie. And I'll talk about coloring a little later. So Where have I put my Sharpie? Oh, there it is. Right on the floor where it ought to be. Okay, so all I'm gonna do, this is something I like to do a lot with my own artwork. Right now, all of my lines are the same thickness, which is, you know, whatever thickness a Sharpie made them. So I'm just gonna accentuate certain things, make certain things stand out a little more by varying my line thickness. So typically when I do this type of thing, and again, we'll see how many of these random nonsense videos that I make. But typically when I do this type of thing, I'm going to start by kind of giving everything like an extra layer of thickness around the outline edge. And then I'll go back and kind of pick what I want to do and what I want to make stand out more. Now, when you're doing this, you can only add, you can't take away. So having a general plan might be good. But I always know, like, the thickest part, when I'm doing like a cartoony thing like this, typically the thickest part that I'll do is going to be the outline, the very outside part of it. So I'm pretty safe to go ahead and start right here with this, and then we'll figure out what happens. Again, there's that sound again, right? It's just, well, it even, I don't know if the mic is picking that up, but I think it's an onomatopoeia, right? It's the sound. There's a good word for you. It's the sound that it actually makes. So onomatopoeia is trying to explain what a sound sounds like by making a word out of it. So something like click, click, right? Snap. You're trying to explain what that sounds like with a word. So yeah, I think these little shoos, how would you spell that? S-H, S-H, not a O, an E. It definitely starts with S-H. Yeah. Or maybe like C-H, depending. Anyway, you can already kind of see. Like, it's just adding a little bit of boldness. And I think on this one, because this is a very strange random drawing, I might add some really thick lines in here, just due to the general ridiculous nature of what I've drawn. I did not. I'm doing it without meaning to. Like, did not mean to do it. I might have to, if I color it next time, maybe I'll have to take a break and look up. I can't decide. I feel like some sort of logo or something belongs on that hat. But what brand of clothing would a shamrock wear? I don't know the answer to that. I do not know the answer to that. So we have kind of the bigger outline, and at this point I'm kind of debating, because I feel like maybe I should go around the beard and make that a little bit thicker, and like go around the hat and make that a little bit thicker. And I still have some sketchiness in these lines. By sketchiness, I mean you can actually see the like the sound effect where it's not quite smooth, and I'm not sure how much I'm worried about that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm seeming to want these to be thicker. Let's go around them again. Or at least try to make them more uniform. And by uniform, in this case, I mean even, consistent, so they're all the same. Yeah, I don't know, there's just something I like about that really thick outline. It's a very, very comic booky thing. If you watched Into the Spider-Verse, which if you didn't watch it, it's like one of my favorite movies ever. The art is incredible. But one of the things I really like about that movie is, obviously other than the animation, which 3D animation is actually what I went to college for. So I'm always like a fan of that in any way. But they blended like 2D and 3D styles really. Did you watch the movie Klaus on Netflix? If you haven't watched this Netflix movie, it's it's a Christmas movie. It's like about the origin of Santa Claus. I literally could not figure out how they made the animation. It's so beautiful. So apparently, because it looked like a blend of 2D and 3D, and there were some 3D animated scenes like done on a computer, but the way they've done the shading, the majority of the movie is hand drawn, like I'm drawing right now, right? Animation cells. Again, if you don't know how that works, hey, we're going to learn about that in 4th grade. Anyway, the movie is just incredible. And they've taken these 2D hand-drawn pictures and they've apparently they developed this computer system to help them do this, and they've basically lit them. And when I say lit them, I mean you're almost applying light sourcing, which is like a 3D animation principle, to 2D hand-drawn animation. If you even take a look at it, you'll know immediately what I'm talking about. It really doesn't look like anything else that exists, and it's just awesome. So yeah, Klaus on Netflix. It's a Christmas movie, and Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man movie. You just gotta watch them. They're beautiful, and see, I like that better. I like it. Just that's just my style. Again, you got to find your style. Maybe you go, nah, I don't like it. It looks like a sticker, but I like that. If I'm drawing something ridiculous that makes no sense, I just really dig that. And sometimes even if I'm not drawing something ridiculous, I really dig that. See, at this point, I've gone so thick on the outline here that now I feel like I can add a little bit of thickness around the other features, basically the beard and the hat, and it won't totally take away from it. I could be wrong. Let's find out. I might go back and wish I didn't do this. I might not. Who knows? Again, there's that sound again. Not intentional. It just comes out. It just has to happen. All right. See, I like that. It kind of brings it out a little bit, but it's not over the top. It's not crazy. And so I've kind of divided. I'm trying to divide up the main parts, right? Ooh, I need this guy right here too. So it's you got the main shape, which has this huge outline around it. Then you've got the beard and the hat. So I need to separate this space from the hat too, which is what I'm about to do. And also, this is a good moment in time for me to try to clean up those sketchy lines up there. Ignore that dot. It's going away later. Don't worry about it. It didn't happen. So if I add just one little layer of thickness here, there we go. I don't want to make it as thick as the outline border. That adds a little separation. You can see here it's a little bit thinner. So let's go and thicken that guy up a little bit right there. I feel good about it. I don't know exactly what feeling good about it means, but I feel good about it. I think it means I don't dislike it. I think what it means is if I were to go, I like to do sidewalk chalk a lot. And if I was to go just down the street and put this on some random sidewalk and sidewalk chalk, I'd enjoy that. That'd make me happy because people would look at it and go, why? I don't know. But hey, maybe I'll stop there. Maybe we'll talk about color next time. Should I go around the eyes again? Probably not. No, because they're going to stand out anyway. I might do them with just dark Sharpie. I'm not sure. All right, so there it is. We got a shamrock. It's St. Patrick's Day. He's got a beard. And he's got a hat. It's the thing I set out to do 20 minutes ago. I've done it. Why did I set out to do it? Because I'm at home and I can't really go anywhere other than the grocery store, and making art is fun. So hey, here we go. Next time I will color this with probably some random crayons. We'll see. There you go. So if you're bored, there's lots of things to do. Go play outside. But one of the things you can do is just make up some random things that are fun. So yeah. All right, that's it. See you next time. Bye.